don't even know. I don't know what to say. This is so weird trying to talk to myself, like while recording. I feel like I need to perform a little bit, you know? Which is kind of hard. I don't really know how to perform, I think, but I perform like every day of my life, I think, also, too. I don't think that's like kind of cool. I hate that sometimes when I'm in a room, like the first thing that like comes to my mind is like what do I do, you know? Which I think is pretty normal, but that ends up taking up like a lot of like my mental space. Like, how do I like perform? Like, what do I do? And I think a lot of the time I default towards just like kind of being funny or like whatever or like being crass in like some way, but I feel like that is like a little, how do I say, like childish in a way, and that feels a little weird. Being worried about being childish though feels very hypocritical for me too, I think. Especially when it comes to performing. I think a lot of the time I always like to say that I don't really care what like other people think or like this or that, or I act regardless of what other people think because I'm like different or whatever. And I think in reality I'm not, which is sad to say, but I guess that's just how it is, you know? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Like it's so hard like being held up to like I guess like social pressures which are relatively my own choosing to fall in line with, but it's hard to not fall in line with them. I always end up kind of sitting there and like constantly thinking like what to say next or like this or that or like what would be the funniest thing, and especially when I was younger I was really good at that where I could always come up with like a funny thing to say, and I was pretty good at like uh reading the room and like telling where jokes would be good or like whether like people would fuck with this or not. Like I was good at reading the room in that way, but as I've gotten older I think I've lost a lot of that, if that makes sense. Like maybe not the ability to read the room, like I think I can still do that, but being able to know where to go next I think has happened, where I'm unable to tell like what happens or like what do I do now, and that is like confusing, I think. Like I find a lot of situations where I think I'm in like a group scenario or something, and especially when the number reaches over like four people, like me included, so like three other people besides me, once it like hits like four other people or like five, I like start to shit out. Like I can't like hold together socially. I have to kind of be able to like hold on to another person as like a life raft. And if that's not available for me, that like I can't do anything. I feel very stun locked, and it becomes hard to, I guess, continue the performance. I end up shitting out and like staying quiet. I remember there was this one time in college. It was me, my three other girlfriends, and like a bunch of random people. Like, cause we were drinking and we were super fucked up, and we were walking around in the lobby, and there were so many other people that like my girlfriends just started like talking with and stuff, and it was like, oh god, no, no, and I'm like, I don't want to like interact with these other people, and like it's so rough, cause like I just don't know what to do. Like I can't talk to any of these people, and everyone else is chatting with everybody else, and I'm just stuck in the corner. And I tried to like jump in, and I dropped like the shittiest joke ever. Everyone stopped talking and like looked at me because my joke was like, "Did you really just say that?" And it was just so bad. Oh my god! And I feel like more and more as I get older, that happens. Where when I was younger, that wasn't necessarily the case, but I feel like I'm more, or maybe it was, and I just wasn't observant of it. But now I see that happening to me more and more, and that's like scary, you know? Like, is this what happens to me when I get older? Like, I just forget how to like be human, or not be human, but like I forget like the most crucial part of like I guess being social. Like, I just can't do it anymore. Not saying I've lost all social capabilities. Like I said, like I can still interact under like a certain amount of people, but I feel like now more and more like my circumstances of where like I guess I bloom as like a social person has been limited towards a select number of people. I'm unable to, I guess, handle the pressure of more people there at once. Like, I don't know, that sounds weird, right? Like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it, you know? And more, I'm starting to think, like, oh God, what does this mean about me? Like, am I low-key becoming less funny? And I think I am. I think I am less funny now. I think a lot of my humor has been resolved, or not resolved, has been, like, boiled down to, like, very simple jokes. Sadly, not that deep, and relatively niche in, like, what I find is funny. I also think, like, as like more and more I get older, like people like kind of start falling into their like niche categories, and especially because I feel, or not that I feel, but like I know for sure that like I'm very isolated in the type of media that I consume. It is very tailored towards me, which is very stereotypical. A lot of people's media is very much tailored towards them, but because of that, I feel like it's harder to relate with someone. You know? Like I have to find like a very niche like subject that like we both happen to relate with, I feel like most of the time. And that's the only way like it works out. They're like that's the only way where like I'm able to be like social and me and this person are able to chop it up. Like the scenarios where it's like easier to like talk with someone more and more feels like very niche like circumstances have to come up, and that kind of sucks. Over college time, I've realized that a lot of the friends I've had have been, how to say, like, I guess the relationship themselves have been kind of flaky. Not because of the other person or because of me. I think, well, no. Let me take that back. I think it's because of me. I think I'm unable to keep like a relationship like alive, if that makes sense, you know? Like, I don't know, growing up, all my friendships have been like the longest friendship I've had has been over video games. And I think I've been kind of babied in the sense that this person or like this group of people that I've had friends with over the internet have always called me first, have always texted me, have always invited me, and I've never really done that for them. So coming to college, I don't know, I just wasn't like good at like sending out like an invite to people. So there would be many times where like I've had like these friendships and they'd be like really good, but especially when it came to like group friendships, like like me and my three girlfriends, like as like a friend group before, I'm like kind of unable to like invite them out to go do stuff or something like that. And because of that, that has like put a rift between us, and I don't think we're close anymore as we once were because of that. Because I'm unable to engage first. I'm unable to, I guess, like start the conversation without them doing it because I've been babied, right? And that kind of fucking sucks. I have been able to keep alive one-on-one relationships, but something I've also realized is that it seems to end pretty early. Like I haven't had like a college friendship last that long, which I guess is normal. I don't really know. I guess I kind of see people around me too rotating through friends and friend groups, like, so I guess it makes sense that I'd be doing the same now too. But like I have had, I guess, like two best friends over college, and both of them have ended in like maybe a year or half a year. One of them was half a year for sure. I think the other one was like a year almost, just under a year. But oh, rough, right? Like damn, can I not like keep a friendship alive? Like what's going on here? I will say in one-on-one relationships, I think that is the easiest for me, and I think I prefer that. Like the friend group environment is chill, but you are unable to, I guess, get as close with everybody compared to a one-on-one friendship. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to one-on-one, they're very much more intimate, or maybe not intimate. Oh, well, yeah, intimate. And I also think, especially when it's one-on-one, a lot of these friendships are very much tailored towards me, I think, in a way. Like, especially the two that I'm thinking about off the top of my head, we had a lot of things in common. Both of them were queer. Both of them came from internet both of them played hella video games. Both of them were into the same things as me. Both of them I shared a lot of music with, and it very tailored. Whereas my friend group, it really wasn't. Like, we all came from different parts, and it was kind of harder to get like that closer relationship between all of them. Like, I only really got the closest with one of them, and the other two I tried, and I don't know. I never got that close. Like, or maybe I didn't try hard enough, or I did the wrong things. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna act like a saint. I definitely did fuck up a lot of times there, which is not good. But I don't know. I don't know. Scary shit, right? I don't know.